Okay, there's a 9-second delay, Nerd Squad. It is Monday, February 10th, 2025. This is a consensual recording of Mystic Gwen pursuant to the instructions of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I'm not an employee of the FBI, but I've been authorized to state I am an informant since the last week of June 2024. Now, be advised, every live stream, I typically write the start time verbatim in the title. However, for this live stream, the start time is listed as 12 a.m. and it literally just turned to 12:06 a.m. That's just because the title is relatively long. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to lose any information within the title. So now it's just turned to 12:07 a.m. PST. Just be advised, the preceding live stream was ended after midnight already. And this one, even though it says it began at midnight sharp, actually began at 12:06 a.m. Now, there is a couple of things to go over. First off, if you, for any reason, find that this YouTube video ends without a explicit end time from me, and the information that a new live stream will be commencing in 90 seconds or less, that I didn't end it. And the federal felons, i.e., the well cooked hams, the child abusers, stalkers, hackers, thieves, fraudsters, hostage holders, domestic terrorists in the condo directly above my home of 13 years are responsible, and or one of their co-conspirators is. And as a result, because of their rampant crime spree and ongoing escalation due to their downward spiral, leading them to full accountability under the law, and in many instances, prison is in effect. Since February 1st, I've only been adding a selfie of myself to the end of these YouTube live streams that I personally am ending, and that the federal felons upstairs aren't ending preemptively to add multiple additional counts from that one criminal act, such as obstruction of justice, such as evidence tampering, such as witness intimidation, such as intimidation of an FBI informant, i.e., witness tampering, the Class A felony. That's the one you're all looking at. Okay. That being said, I have no plans to end this live stream before noon today. Again, it's Monday. It's currently 12:09 a.m., even though this video said that it started at 12 a.m. There is a part 2 to Mystic Gwen versus the North Everett Precinct of fraudsters, the stalker, the extortionist, et al. Part 1 is just under 2 hours long, and it fills you in on all of the information up to December 29th that is most pertinent. Part 2 went up after the third addendum to February's judicial notice / police reports, and that went up on Saturday. Actually, I think it was Saturday. So I am going to play you a recording now that only covers the addendum / police report from this Saturday, not the one that came from the 4th, for instance, of February, but that is available. If you go to my YouTube live stream channel, you will see a video from this past Saturday, February 8th, which literally is titled Part 2 PT space II, Part 2. Mystic Gwen versus the North Everett Precinct of Fraudsters, the Stalker, and I couldn't quite fit the extortionist into the title. And you're going to want to click on that, even though it looks like it runs for almost 12 hours. You just need to listen to the first 45 minutes therein. But right now, the FBI has me under orders to play this 15-minute recording that I'm about to push play on. And I need to pop over to the preceding live stream and add a selfie because I did indeed end it. So pay attention. Happy Monday. The well-cooked hammies had plans for today. I wonder if they still do in their desperation. Remember, these attorneys facing federal disbarment, they won't take no for an answer as far as somebody else breaking into my house, because they're all about to have their kidnapping charges, which is multiple felonies. Every one of them is looking at for their planning, facilitating, premeditation, etc. Well, it's going to turn into aggravated kidnapping charges. Multiple counts of those for all of you. On February 23rd, if you don't completely undo everything you've done and paid in full, and we all know you won't be doing that. So you will be going to prison. Here we go. Here's the recording. Have a happy Monday. And stay the fuck away from my private property like you fools have been told every single month for 17 months. You sacks of shit. Okay, we are going to do a recording of the latest addendum / police report. I'm not recording this one on Twitter since we know that Unit207 has effectively destroyed that as well in their ongoing pattern of obstruction of justice and evidence tampering. Third addendum to Formal Judicial Notice, filed February 8, 2025 at 7:12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Original filing, date of original filing, February 4th, 2025. 10:08 a.m. PST. Previous addendums, February 6, 2025, 7 a.m. PST. February 7th, 2025, 1:45 p.m. PST. To Snohomish County Superior Court, North Everett Precinct, Snohomish County Sheriff's Office, Snohomish County Prosecutors, et al., and forwarded to FBI. From Lynette Renee Hansen, a.k.a. Mystic Gwen. Subject, supplemental information regarding further criminal activities, escalation of threats, evidence tampering, continued child abuse, and incurred penalties. February 8, 2025. Demand for immediate action and notice of intent to seek maximum penalties under law. Maximum penalties. This is the third addendum to the Formal Judicial Notice filed on February 4th, 2025 at 10:08 a.m. PST and previously supplemented. It provides further crucial information regarding subsequent events, the continued escalation of the criminal conspiracy, the blatant and ongoing obstruction of justice, the endangerment of my children, further acts of retaliation, and the accrual of additional financial penalties against those perpetrating these crimes. This addendum also serves as a formal police report documenting these new crimes. 1. Incorporation of prior filings by reference. All facts, invoices, statements, and incorporated documents referenced in the original Formal Judicial Notice of February 4th, 2025, the addendums of February 6th and 7th, 2025, and all police reports filed by Lynette Renee Hansen from June 2024 to the present date, and any future date are hereby incorporated by reference as if fully set forth herein. This specifically includes, but is not limited to, Declaration of Lynette Renee Hansen, a.k.a. Mystic Gwen, dated December 14th, 2024, revised 8:07 p.m. PST, due to unlawful tampering. Addendum to Declaration dated December 19th, 2024. Addendum and Amendment to Declaration dated December 29th, 2024. Tort claim filed August 14th, 2024, case number 10-500-5934, served upon the North Everett Precinct, Snohomish County Prosecutors, et al. This document details planned felonies, named conspirators, prior child abuse, and plans for super felonies. The dated signage referenced within and photographed for that last page predated even that filing. It is to be noted per that tort claim, those named within it and their co-conspirators had planned to not only have the actionable kidnappings take place using my multiple times convicted stalker and abuser and my extortionist mother, but they also, and I quote, had, quote, super felonies planned. All police reports filed since June 2024 by me, Lynette Renee Hansen, a.k.a. Mystic Gwen. 2. Correction to the previous addendum from February 7th, 2025. Any reference in the February 7th, 2025 addendum to January 4th, 2025 is hereby corrected to read February 4th, 2025 at 10:08 AM PST. 3. Supplemental information, subsequent criminal acts and escalation. A. Status of front door and illegal detention. My front door has remained continuously closed and locked since January 2nd, 2025, per explicit FBI instructions. The sole exception was the forced entry on January 29th, 2025, perpetrated by my disabled sons and illegally kidnapped sons under the direction of this criminal conspiracy. The FBI has instructed me to keep my door closed until the perpetrators are apprehended or until they attempt another illegal entry. As of today, February 8th, 2025, I have been illegally detained within my own residence for 184 days since August 6, 2024. B. February 7th, 2025, evidence tampering, obstruction of justice, and continued threats. Livestream interference. While preparing and filing the previous addendum and police report on February 7th, 2025, individuals associated with Unit 207 criminally and illegally terminated 4 separate YouTube live streams. They also retroactively erased over 1 hour of footage from certain recordings. These actions constitute blatant evidence tampering, obstruction of justice, and witness intimidation. It is strongly suspected that these actions were taken to either A, create a false impression of personal service or my voluntary exit from my residence, or B, to conceal evidence of their planning and preparation for their next planned break-in and other felonies. 12:50 p.m., knocking. Individuals associated with Unit 207 engaged in aggravated stalking, harassment, and criminal trespass. C. February 8th, 2025, 5:30 a.m. PST, confirmation of imminent break-in. As of approximately 5:30 a.m. PST on February 8th, 2025, a male in Unit 207 confirmed plans for an imminent break-in involving numerous officers from the North Everett Precinct. This is consistent with the ongoing threats and plans that have been documented for over a year and specifically reported to the North Everett Precinct, Snohomish County Prosecutors, DCYF, and others. The conspirators in Unit 207 have stated that this needs to occur prior to February 23rd because the attorneys involved, at least 2 of whom are facing federal disbarment, are aware that this conspiracy will result in additional and more serious charges being filed. D. Prior knowledge and warnings. It is crucial to emphasize that the North Everett Precinct, the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office, DCYF, and named individuals, including Richard Garcia and Erica Owens, have been repeatedly warned about their illegal activities and the consequences thereof. These warnings include 11 months of cease and desist letters directly sent to the involved parties and their revolving cast of 3rd, 4th, and 5th parties, beginning in September 2023. 11 months prior to their illegal premeditated felonies since August 2024. August 7th and August 13th, 2024, signage. Dated signs photographed and included in the August 14th, 2024 tort claim were placed on my property explicitly addressed to the North Everett Precinct. The Owens, Richard Garcia, DCYF and Unit 207, prohibiting trespassing, knocking without a warrant, stalking, and other criminal activities. These signs were in addition to signs that had been in place for over a year prior, and that the FBI had me add them to the last page of the August 14th, 2024 tort claim. August 14th, 2024 tort claim. This document was made after 11 months of cease and desist letters failed to do anything, and the kidnappings, illegal detainment, etc. were planned for the weeks after. This document detailed the planned felonies, named the conspirators, and outlined the financial penalties for their actions, including their defenses, i.e. obstruction / conspiracy / etc. Numerous police reports, repeatedly filed police reports documenting the ongoing threats and criminal activities have been consistently rejected by the North Everett Precinct including before their actionable kidnappings reported for weeks and months prior, published about in December 2023 on my personal Twitter account, x.com/realmysticgwen. Direct communication. All conspirators except Erica and John Owens were explicitly informed beginning August 6, 2024, that I was not authorized to communicate with them, read anything from them, or cooperate with them in any way. The Owens were informed shortly after their involvement in the second actionable kidnapping. Per the FBI's instructions, cease and desist letters end August 14th, tort claim filed in case number 105005934. Despite these warnings, the conspirators have sent over 48 individuals to my door and engaged in constant exterior stalking just since the first week of August. They did the same thing for the 11 months prior when they were getting cease and desist letters. Involvement of Everett Public School District. The potential involvement of the Everett Public School District, an institution with which I had a long and positive relationship as a art docent, special ed para-volunteer, enhanced teaching volunteer, and donor, is noted with grave concern. This highlights the sprawling nature of the conspiracy and its willingness to corrupt and exploit various institutions. I volunteered for an average of 40 hours a week from 2012/2013 to the start of 2020 and donated tens of thousands to the school district. Podcast interference. Unit207 and or their co-conspirators have blocked my podcast from being uploaded to Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Audible. They have also had x.com block all access via my dedicated podcast Twitter, x.com/mysticgwenpod. I will create a YouTube live stream part 2 of my prior, titled Mystic Gwen versus the North Everett Precinct of Fraudsters, the Stalker, the Extortionist, et al. By 8 p.m. PST today. I'm going to pause that there and just reiterate that video was already uploaded because the recording you're listening to is from the date that it was filed, the 8th, 2 days ago. So part 2 is the third video that precedes this. It's titled 2-8. Sorry, I just got hiccups. 5:20 p.m. PT space 2 Mystic Gwen versus the North Everett Precinct of Fraudsters, the Stalker, and then remember, I couldn't quite fit the Extortionist because of the character limit or et al. Back to the recording. Today. FBI timeline and intent. The FBI informed me in December 2024 of their plans to incarcerate officers involved in the conspiracy in March 2025. Subject to change based on the conspirators' actions. Unit207 statements indicate they believe they have no alternative but to proceed with their planned illegal entry, arrest, committal, or kidnapping before February 23rd. As the involved attorneys are aware of the increased severity of charges they will face after that date. 4. Financial penalties updated. The following financial penalties previously invoiced and contractually agreed upon are reiterated and updated. $100,000 per day for each day of my ongoing illegal detention, now totaling over 180 days. $10 million for any attempted illegal entry into my residence, increased to $25 million if I am asleep at the time. This penalty applies to the recent breaking and entering on January 29th, 2025. $10 million for the use of my sons and or for coercing them to commit any illegal acts, including the January 29th breaking and entering. Doubling of all penalties of fraudulent court orders are used in conjunction with any illegal act. Quadrupling of these fees for any of the above criminal acts if they are perpetrated within 7 days of a rejected police report regarding said acts. $10 million for the rejection of legitimate police reports constituting obstruction of justice. This applies to all reports rejected to date. $10 million for each instance of illegally terminating a YouTube live stream. This applies to all instances to date. $10 million for each and every instance of stalking. $10 million for each and every instance of harassment. $10 million for each and every instance of ADA violations. $10 million for each and every instance of civil rights violations. $10 million for the incident of stalking, harassment, ADA violations, criminal trespass, and witness intimidation on February 7th, 2025 at 12:50 p.m. Additional penalties for February 7th events, subject to quadrupling. The 40,000 for the knocking, or the 40 million for the knocking and 40 million for the obstruction based on the 2 rejected reports. Additional penalties for live stream termination, 4 terminations times 10 million equals 40 million. The actions documented in this addendum and those rejected in prior reports significantly increase the financial liability of the conspirators. 5. Conclusion. This addendum provides further irrefutable evidence of the aggravated and ongoing criminal conspiracy targeting me, a designated FBI informant. The individuals involved, including officers of the North Everett Precinct, members of the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office, occupants of Unit 207, and their expanding network of co-conspirators demonstrates a complete and utter disregard for the law, for my rights, and for the well-being of my children. Their attempts to obstruct justice, tamper with evidence, and intimidate a federal witness are not only failing, but are actively strengthening the case against them.
Verified.
The FBI maintains that anyone and/or everyone sticking to the perjurious and fraudulent proclamation that any of their actions were, quote, reactive and not the premeditated, illegal, and consistently reported felonies that they were and are, will be the recipients of the longest prison sentences.
Verified.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation is fully aware.
Fully aware.
This document serves as formal legal notice of these crimes and a demand for immediate action to protect my safety and ensure accountability. Sincerely, Lynette Renee Hansen, aka Mystic Gwen. Date February 8th, 2025. Time 7:12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, it is actually now 12:28 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday, February 10th. Nerd Squad, the YouTube interface is reflecting as 208 published videos. We know that's the incorrect number. And I am clicking on the very live stream that everybody is listening to right now to make sure there is audio and that we are indeed connected.
Nerd Squad. It is Monday, February 10th. It's most pertinent. Part 2, accrual of additional financial penalty.
Okay, we have audio and we are connected. Nerd Squad. I'm refreshing this tab so that it should be in line with what I am saying right now. And let's see if it is. In line with what I am saying right now. And let's see if it is. In line with what I am saying. All right.
I'm making some fried apples with my sister. And so, yeah.
Hi, what's going on here? Oh my. Where did that ring?
My little boyfriend got it.
Oh my gosh, did you know about this? You did? Did you approve it?
He asked her friend
Oh, okay.
instead of me. I think he's a bad person.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Have you guys decided what you're going to wear for your birthday of high school? No?
Not yet.
You guys want to go shopping?
I want to go
Yeah.
shopping.
Oh, and if you're wondering, are they still at it? Yes, fools. These people are going to
Not bad.
prison. These people,
Not bad.
literally, according to the FBI,
I
have
don't
been
know how to feel about
requesting
Allie and Aaliyah starting
to
their first year of high
please
school.
put them in
Seems like
prison
just
since
the other day
August,
I was
dude. Half a
taking-
year now.
dropping them off at preschool.
Not all of them.
Have
Over
fun,
50% of them have blown the whistle and are 100% at risk of retaliation by the FBI's assessment.
I really
Serious
like
retaliation.
You
To
still like
quote
to
them,
dress
worse
up
than
or
what
you
I've experienced,
like
and
that
they've
that, like,
perpetrated
super
everything
French?
against me except for rape, kidnapping of myself, and murder. So I'm guessing that for some of them, it's like a life or death situation. There are people going to prison for the rest of their lives that legitimately still tell themselves they're a hero that perhaps they were before they became child abusing, stalking, thieving fraudsters and enemies of the city, state, and county, and most notably, the United States of America.
Come over here. Let me see what you got.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna go with those camo pants. You getting a little nervous? A little bit, yeah. So your dad will drop off the wheelchair this week at the high school, and then you'll have it there when you do go in. Which door are you walking through?
Front door. Yeah.
Front door. Okay. If you have your wheelchair, you're going to go through the accessible doorway side.
No, I go through the front.
Okay. Allie wants to go in with all the other kids through the main door instead of what her dad and I recommend, which was the handicapped accessible doorway. She's a teenager with muscular dystrophy.
Why don't you look at her leg, like how it's in?
This one looks worse.
They explained to me that it was the orange congenital muscular dystrophy. It deteriorates the muscles. How are the girls?
Allie doesn't want to use her wheelchair.
Who cares what anyone thinks?
If I don't want to use it, I'm not going to use it.
If you overexert yourself and your muscles, it will deteriorate them and actually make you weaker.
Using the handicap accessible doorway, it push opens to where she doesn't need anyone else to do that for her, it's teaching her how to go and navigate her school environment independently. You would have to manually open the door.
Someone else opens it.
Who?
Somebody.
What happens if no one's there? Then
Can you let me talk?
Yeah.
That depends if I'm in my chair. If I'm in my chair, somebody needs to open it. But if I'm not, then I can open it myself.
Okay.
We're doing a family bounce board challenge.
Oh, we're taking a shoot. There we go. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna fart.
Please don't.
Yeah, 1 minute, 20 seconds. And the winner, Taylor McKinney.
Homework time.
Y'all take those upstairs. We're going to do the homework challenge now. Come on, Benny, homework. What are you working on?
Yes, sir.
Oh, do you like history?
It's okay.
You're turning 16. That's in a couple weeks. What do you want to do? We got to celebrate it.
I want to do a party with like you, Dad, Amanda, T-Money, me and Papa.
So like family?
Yeah, just family.
No friends or a couple friends?
Yeah.
Invite a couple?
Yeah.
All right. I will call Ryan. I think it's very symbolic that Ryan and I have established a co-parenting relationship that honestly we've never had.
I just got a pretty disturbing phone call from Ryan. He tells me he's gonna show up over here and put a bullet in my head.
What?
I got a warrant put out on me because of him, and then I had to go to jail because of that.
I said some things that were hateful. So yes, I'm sorry for that.
Thank you. I've said many things too that were hurtful, and I'm sorry.
Ron's been sober a year, so let's do a cookout
At y'all's house?
at our house.
Okay.
Oh, what we got here?
Hi. Oh, that your candle.
Just never thought it would happen.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm about to get ready for work.
How's Amanda doing?
She's doing good.
How far along is she?
20 weeks.
She's feeling good?
That's off and on.
Yeah.
She's like, now I'm just ready to be back to normal.
I was thinking maybe you and Amanda could come over for like lunch or dinner or something, and we can talk about what we're trying to do for Bentley's birthday.
Whatever works for you works for me.
Okay. Well, I figured me and Amanda would be working together more anyway. So
Hopefully. Just let me know.
all right. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Can't believe that the baby, I mean, God dang, it's that big. You can tell what it is.
Her being a little lady with her legs crossed.
I can't believe Bentley was this small at one point in time
And we're going to his birthday.
at 16 years old.
Does it feel good to be able to be there for Bentley and show up to events now that you are, sober and being on the right path? Well, how does that make
Yeah,
you feel?
without a doubt. I mean, if he ever needs me, I'm here for him. And I know that there for a little bit, he was definitely worried. Me going to jail and then having to go to rehab and all this stuff. And you hate to worry your kid.
Yeah.
as a parent. It should be the other way around. I'm sure he'll always worry a little bit, but at least I'm here. And yeah, I mean, I enjoy everybody getting along with everybody. It makes it so much easier.
It does.
And I know he enjoys it. I know he Bentley likes you and everything. So
Bentley's also at the age to where it's gonna really matter because he is a young man. So him having you to look up to, Taylor to look up to, I think that's a good thing for him. I feel like Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall.
thank you.
It's getting ready about that time, girl. Let's get you to the school bus, my first grader. I'm doing my best to take care of Holly alone because my divorce with Barr is still ongoing and he's still in jail from the incident 2 months ago.
Henderson 911.
We need somebody to this address fast. My daughter just got home. Her estranged husband was sitting in her house. He's not even supposed to be in this state. Somebody please come help.
So he starts grabbing my bar stools and like putting them in front of my door. So Barr is currently in jail. It was very, very scary. Today is Barr's arraignment, which means that he makes his official plea on the charges that are against him from the incident. The state of Nevada has the right to pick up charges and prosecute whoever they see fit for whatever crimes they feel have been committed, so it's not in my hands.
What's up, girl?
Hi.
So, what's going on with everything today? What are you expecting out of this?
I mean, I'd rather not go to trial.
What's the difference between him taking a deal and the trial? What happens?
Basically, if he takes a deal, then it's kind of like over.
Okay.
For me.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't take a deal, then we go to trial, and I have to testify.
And then every little thing will be dragged out.
I'm assuming.
Well, let's find out.
If we end up going all the way to trial, and I have to testify, it could be a long road.
For just mental health check-in, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I feel like it all could have been avoided.
Well, when somebody actions don't allow you to avoid stuff, this is necessary. You just now have to find the strength to continue to do what's right for you. And it might not feel right because, it's always this thing about, we don't turn our men in, we don't give our black men to the jail system. And a lot of us have been mentally trained to ride and die. And that's a very unhealthy thing to be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I want.
Here we go.
That's what I want. Come on, give it, come and give it to me.
It took us a while to agree on when we should have another baby.
I'm back on the kid thing.
I like my body a lot, and I don't want to my hormones right now. I want a new little friend. My friend Zach, he's like, you may be ready, but I'm not ready.
When did it flip?
Once the reality set in of like what another one really would bring, and now that Zach's been working with my dad, we've been trying for about 3 months.
What are you doing?
My app told me that today was the day to take a pregnancy test, so I did it, but it was negative.
No.
I'm late, like my cycle's late, but it still said it was negative, so I'm just kind of like, okay.
That's weird.
I'm just kind of like, I don't know, annoyed a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
But it is what it is. I don't want to sit here and keep talking about it. Are you about to go to work? You're going to leave us together by ourselves?
Yes.
A lot of times I think people joke about like the trying phase of like, oh, just keep trying, it's so much fun. But I think the trying sometimes can turn less like romantic, and I don't want it to feel that way.
I feel like a part of me feels like I thought I would have gotten pregnant by now, but I think that I was afraid to say I wanted another one with the fear of not being able to have another one. And I don't know why that's just like stuck in my head. And I feel like now that I'm vocalizing I want one, then it's not happening. So I just think it's weird, and I feel like I'm playing like mind tricks on myself. Okay, goodbye, crazy.
Do you have plans this weekend?
So,
Well, Rye's with Corey. My dad's gonna take Ace.
okay, for what?
So we go to Vegas.
Go to Vegas?
Maybe we can go out there and maybe we'll get lucky.
Are you taking me to Vegas to have sex? Is that what I just got from this?
That can come with it if you want to throw it in there. But I'm just trying to go out there and have fun. I feel like we both need a quick getaway.
I'm down.
Alright, well I gotta go. I gotta get in the office.
No.
Yes. I'll see you.
Stay here and play with me.
I'll play with you later.
Come on.
I love you. Seriously, I'll see you later.
Come home early.
No.
Leave.
Hey, Mother,
Hi, babe.
can you take me to the paint place to go with my friend?
When?
Like now.
Are you serious? Give me like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I'll take you.
Okay.
So work?
Allie and Aaliyah, although they're twins, they're two different kids. Allie is a little bit more reserved and soft-spoken, but believe me, she will speak up if she knows you very well. Do not get her shyness twisted. And Aaliyah is just a little bit more openly extroverted. That's just who Aaliyah is.
What's up? Can I go hang out with my friends tonight?
Sure. Can you please give me a ride? Sure.
Well, it's gonna be here. You guys having any boys here?
No.
Not this time.
Not this
Because you
time.
ain't pulling me.
When you're suited up and ready, we can start, okay?
Tomorrow's the first day of school. Are you excited?
I don't know. I'm very nervous.
I think it'll be different because it's a new place.
Yeah.
Me and my mom kind of like butted heads yesterday because she wanted me to enter the side door. I didn't want to enter the side door. I wanted to enter the main door. So I got mad.
The doors they slam very hard, and that could be really bad if it shut on you.
No,
Understand?
Yeah.
What if this paint doesn't come out for school tomorrow? It's the first day.
What do you think high school's going to be like?
I mean, I think it'll be a little bit of an adjustment since middle school, but like, I don't know. Do you have any classes with Allie?
No. I don't have
You
any.
don't have any?
No.
How do you feel about not having any classes with her?
My whole life, I've always felt like I had to help Allie, so that not having to do it all the time feels like a big like relief. Because even if I don't have to help her, I feel the need to.
I understand. But it's good that you support her like that. That's just the type of person you are. You always want to help people. I feel like this year, you need to chillax.
Cheers to freshman year.
So,
Actually looking at cars.
cars for who?
Bentley. His birthday's coming up soon.
Yep.
I want to give him one for his birthday.
What are you thinking?
Vehicles are expensive. That's what I'm thinking. But even ones that have like 100,000 miles on them already are so expensive.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if he said it to you, but he is constantly saying, like, when we're in the car and he's driving, he's like, why don't you just give me your Jeep and you go get something? So I started looking at Jeeps. I found a couple, but I found one that I think he would really like.
And
And I'm like, This kid's spoiled. Like, I know a lot of people would never get something like this for their 16th birthday, but it is a really good deal. He's a very self-sufficient, responsible, good kid. This thing honestly kind of looks brand new. You would never know that it's almost 5 years old. You're gonna like it. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Buying a first car, it's a big decision.
It is a big decision. And I think now Brian's been really consistent in showing up for Bentley, and it would be wrong to not include him. Or at least see, like, if he's like, you know, you handle it, I trust you.
Yeah.
That's fine too. But I definitely think we should throw it out there.
Right.
I think when Brian and Amanda come over for lunch, we can talk to them about the vehicle stuff, you know?
I like that. Sounds like a good idea. Pretty wild, though. They've never been to our house before.
I know. That's crazy.
A few years ago, it wouldn't have been realistic, but
No, the only reason he would have been at our house is so y'all could try and kill each other. It's really crazy that he's never been there, but no better time than now, I guess.
Right.
Why is it so steep?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
a few years ago, threatening each other to having lunch together.
All right, they're here. Hello. So I think that's a big bucket of I declare war. Not excited, to say the least. Barr ended up pleading not guilty to all the charges from when he was arrested for breaking into my house a couple months ago. This means that I will be having to testify in open court in front of Barr, a jury, and a judge at some point. I just know, like, they're going to try to spank him in trial.
You having Stockholm syndrome? Are you identifying with your abuser? You got to work on that.
Abuser? I thought he just
I keep
barricaded
saying
the
this
door
too, she'll
because
pass.
he was about to get arrested.
I know it's frustrating.
Yeah.
There's just a lot going on in terms of, like, me trying to cover all the bases. So Holly doesn't feel any absence with her dad, and she knows he's in jail. She does not know why. And of course, we don't know for how long. So it's just kind of like I feel stretched paper thin. Like I'm holding on for dear life.
How do you sleep with your cold-blooded heart? Get a grip on my senses. But baby, you give me glimpses.
Hi, Ann.
Dad. What's up?
How you doing?
Good.
You look nice today.
Also, just a little PSA to my stalkers.
How's it going down at the office with
whistleblowers?
He's doing all right.
Yeah, I'm
What is
only
it?
going to speculate
You know,
this,
it's a
but I
lot to
speculate
impart on
that the FBI would
And I
love
know
to change those
everything, so I'm
kidnapping
trying to
charges
duck things on.
to
But I'm trying to put him on the
aggravated
fast track.
kidnapping
You know,
charges.
we are trying to get
Because
pregnant.
you
It's
all
definitely taking
know
longer than what I thought.
You know, I'm a big believer in the power of prayer, so I've already started.
Zach had
They want to
asked if I wanted
destroy
to go to Vegas this
those
weekend.
members of the bar that have been
Ashley
involved
lives
in
there,
this.
and I've been seeing what she's going through with Bar Online.
So how they doing?
Have
And
you been
those are the
online?
only
They
ones
having
that the FBI
I
has
read the
said
headlines
directly
of the
will be
article.
charged with every count of kidnapping.
Ashley Jones kidnapped, Bar facing 15 years of prison.
Oh.
There's been a lot coming out. It's really sad. And then I went down like a rabbit hole and started looking at stuff, and everything that's online just seems pretty freaking bad. I haven't seen Ashley since the last reunion we shot, but there was a point in time where Ashley and I were friends. Hi, Shy. I really like Ashley's personality. I think some people think that she comes off a little strong, but I appreciate it. We're doing shots. Cheers. There's no doing an activity with somebody who spit on me. No, there's not.
Cheyenne texts me. She says, "Hi, I don't think it is appropriate for you to attend the wedding."
I said that she got that body plucked and stuck and used that accident as a cover up.
I've reached out before and she wasn't ready to talk.
To be honest, I really don't have anything to say to you.
Okay, I respect that. Even though we have our differences, after seeing everything that's coming out, anybody with a heart can feel for her right now. It's already like a terrible situation to go through that.
Yeah.
And then to have to keep on opening your phone and reliving it.
Just to be
And
clear,
then
they did say
publicly
everybody would be
looking at it
charged
and seeing it
accordingly.
and stuff, like,
I feel.
But those
I
particular
remember
people, they have
asked
said
you to
directly, especially the woman,
Took a shot.
she's going to be
You
charged
work with
even
her.
for the kidnapping of August
And I think
17th.
even then I said,
They have the
Try
evidence
to get
needed to convict her for that
Yeah,
one
you did.
too.
so would you reconsider reaching out?
Miss 80 plus.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know if the timing is good. I just
Well, the timing probably isn't good for her with all the other things going
right,
on.
it's what I'm saying.
But-
I don't want to add to her
But
stress.
at the same time, it might be a welcome relief for someone that was adversarial in nature to become a friend.
I mean, I could reach out, and the next thing I know, she's blasting me online for reaching out. And me personally, right now, where I'm at with the stress of trying for another baby, I mentally do not need another online one-sided war.
I'm excited for high school. I really can't wait. I really think it's cute.
Girls, we gotta go.
All right, let's roll. Let's rock and roll.
You know, only get this once in a lifetime.
What?
You guys starting high school. It's your first day of high school. Are you kidding me?
So, is the final decision you guys walking in the same doors? Yep. You can just observe at the beginning of the school year, see how it's working, and if you want to change your mind later, you have that option.
Yep.
Who's nervous?
Hot
I
cocoa
feel like I
man,
can
the
feel
hot
somebody
cocoa is
nervous.
hitting the spot
Nobody's
this
nervous.
morning.
You're the only one that
It's
no,
a
oh, my
Swiss
stomach
miss.
is a little nervous. Really. Love you guys so much. Love you. I hope you have a great day. All right, love you, Ellie. Bye, Aaliyah. I love you.
That was so embarrassing.
Hello. Hey. Okay, ignore the mess.
No, you're good.
Y'all hungry?
Starving. This house is very pretty. It's the first time I've ever been in it.
All right, y'all want to go outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Will you bring that food, babe? I worked really hard on this food, y'all.
Oh, I'm about to tear it up.
How are you feeling?
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
That's nice to know Bentley lives in such a nice house.
Benny baby's turning 16.
I know, that's crazy. I was thinking about that the other day at work. This went by quick.
Yeah. All right, party. He really just said as long as the four of us were there, he'd be good. Yeah. I was thinking we could do something at this golf course that we've been to before on their range, but do like glow in the dark golf on the range, and he can invite his friends. That's what I was thinking.
Sounds great.
You tell them about the vehicle you found?
So Bentley's been asking me just to give him my Jeep, and that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So I started looking at Jeeps, and I found one that I think he'll really like. So if y'all want to go look at it with us,
We'll go.
but financially, like, I don't want anyone that feel like they have to, but
Macy, I would love to help
all right, well,
getting this car.
I'll take that.
We all know Bentley's a good kid, but do we need to get on the same page as far as rules?
You get a set of wheels and the devil horns
You're
start
not
growing.
gonna know. He's gonna tell you he's doing
Put
something.
a tracker on it.
Oh my God, don't do all that.
Yeah. think as long as
As long as he's not drinking and driving, you can't get in that much trouble.
he could get somebody pregnant.
But that's not, I don't have to do with a
Deja
vehicle.
We've been talking about that too.
Keep telling him not to do it, and you'll see how
No,
much he
I
is
don't,
like
I
me.
don't tell him not to do it. I just tell him what to do first. You just got to be protected. Hopefully, he just keeps golfing now.
There's always some car girls, though.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What is that?
I was cleaning your son's dark dinosaur out here. I'm about to put my feet in though. That's what it is.
My dad came by when you were at work. I told him that we were going to go to Vegas for a weekend. I asked him if he's seen all the stuff online with Ashley and Barr. So we started talking about that. Of course, you know, he told me that I should reach out.
You know your dad.
I know him. And we were weighing the pros and cons. And I feel like he gave good advice. I mean, he's always said to reach out. He's the
I
type
don't necessarily see there being a con, especially when somebody's going through something like that too. It's like
that the con can be timing again.
it can, but still,
Yeah.
it's not like it's a bad thing to reach out.
Yeah. So
I think
you're okay if I do hit her up to go meet up.
absolutely, yeah. I don't have a problem with that. It's not like I'm about to go out in the club and be out all damn night.
I do want this trip to be focused on us and spending time with each other and be positive about getting pregnant.
Sounds good.
I want to do what we said we were going to do.
And we can do it. And I'm fine with you going to do something in the midst. I was gonna go gamble at some point. I know you were. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Y'all know I'm a fighter. My vibes stay higher. Head to toe and designer. Hands in the air, but you just can't touch me now. No, don't need a lighter. So hot, I'm on fire. Wanna pull up, can't deny it. Hands in the air, but you just can't touch me now.
Cute.
Walking through two pillars. White House.
Big.
Let's go. Hands in the air, but you just can't touch me now.
Oh. I'm going to go in the room and call Ashley. You want to look at the room service menu and figure out what we're going to eat?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Good luck.
Hello? Hey, Ashley. It's Diane. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm in Vegas.
Oh.
I know we haven't spoken in a long time, but I've been looking at everything that's happening online with you, and I felt like checking on you and checking on Holly. I wanted to see if you had any time to meet up.
So, how are you?
Hey, hey, good morning. I like that outfit. It looks cute. Thanks. Y'all ready to go car shopping?
Yes, let's do it.
It's so cozy here.
Macy, this is what I want to know. Are you going to let him run wild like you did at 16?
Not really.
Because you did.
I was waiting for that answer.
Because you did.
Look at 100 of these things. I'm over it. I hope this one's the one.
How you guys doing? I'm Rich. Taylor. I'm the one sharing
Hey, Macy, nice to meet you.
I'm Amanda.
Amanda. Ryan, nice to meet y'all.
We have been looking online, and we want to check out the blue Jeep.
Who's getting the car?
Our son.
Oh, really?
He's turning 16.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
a great present. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
16.
He's a good kid.
Yeah. Come on over, we'll take a look at it, see what we can do for you.
Okay.
All right? This is a pretty color, too.
You like it?
Yeah, it's pretty. I like it.
I like it too.
I like the color. It reminds me of my Mustang. So what do you think about it?
I think we like it.
If we're gonna get something done, let's do it, because
Yeah.
we got kids getting out of school.
Yeah.
Deal done.
Woohoo!
All right, I gotta go pick up the kids.
Be careful.
Yep, y'all too.
All right, Tyler.
All right.
Appreciate
see you, Renee.
it.
It's kind of weird getting a car and it's not yours.
See ya.
And having to just give it away.
Yeah.
Well, I got your 2 sets of keys.
Thank you.
Tell your son happy birthday.
I will.
Take it easy, buddy.
All right, guys.
Have a good one, buddy. Oh, look, it's got easy baby seat clips.
Oh, yes.
Just in case.
Yes.
Anything was to happen.
Yeah, I wanna take the scenic route.
So we're giving it to him on a golf party?
Yeah. I was thinking we're going to hide it at my dad's coffee shop till his party or
And
whatever.
even if he wants to see it, all he's got to say is he worked on it.
I think Bentley will like the hell out of this car.
Yeah, I think he's going to be.
And I think he will appreciate the fact that y'all came together to get it like co-parented. I think he'll be very appreciative of it. Everything he's been through, I just think that's very meaningful. to
Yeah,
him.
I agree. Look at us being grown ups.
Look at us. 16 years later.
What you doing?
Oh, I'm about to go pick up my children from high school.
I need to hear all the juicy stories.
Hopefully nothing too juicy, Hopefully they're pretty boring.
I'm looking forward to finding out how the first day of high school went. And then I have to pick up Addie from school.
I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Okay, love you.
All right, love you too. Bye. You have a good day. Tell me more.
It was fun. It was exactly how I expected it to be like.
I went through the main door today, but I think Monday and like the rest of the year I'm gonna go through the side door because we decided to park my chair there instead of the office.
Okay, so go the handicap accessible way? Okay. Okay, because that's where your wheelchair will be.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever works for you, sis.
Can we go to the football game?
What? We just left the school and now you want to go right back?
I want to come back and watch the scrimmage.
Yeah, I'll let you go. Allie, you want to go?
I guess so.
Okay. Can you get your wheelchair now?
I don't need it for the out of school game.
You do need it.
I don't need it, but if you think I need it, I'm not going.
Take us home to this game.
You need to get your wheelchair. The doors are still open to
The
the school.
teachers have to work till late, so I can go get it and drive it to you.
Leah said she'll go get it and drive it. If I didn't have to go get Addie, I would stay.
Well, I think it's you.
Your friends? Okay, hold on. I'll pull over here and let you out. Yeah, so you could drive your chair. And then park it. No?
I want to sit on the bleachers. Can I bring
You
it?
can still sit on the
No,
bleachers.
I'm not bringing it. I'm not gonna bring it. Not gonna do it. I'm not.
Oh, I really want to. You guys are stressing me out really bad right now. Go, I'm going.
All right,
Don't
I'm
stress
gonna
me
go right
out
here.
saying I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
have
Mom,
to do
for
all
the
that.
ride.
You're welcome. Let me get parked.
Thank you. Allie, call me if you come or not.
It doesn't hurt you to use your wheelchair from the
I
school.
didn't say
and
that, but I don't
park
want
it
to. I
over
don't
there.
need it.
You're not supposed to walk very long distances because that's how you tire out and then that's how you fall and get hurt.
I'm not walking too freaking far.
You would be.
I'm walking in the entrance, and you walk up to the ramp to the bleachers. That's all there is to it.
I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna at least pull you to the front.
If it's that big of a deal, I won't go.
I want you to go.
Then it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
It is because it's like you're not listening to what even your doctor recommends. You want to keep up with your friends. What if they want to walk around? I don't want you to get hurt and I'm not there.
We watch the seasons pass us by, didn't know how they would form us. for such a time as this.
Brendan, I just need to pull over for a minute. I didn't imagine this is how the first day of school would go. I'm terrified. Terrified. I don't want to leave her, and then something happens. Nobody's there. Like, I don't doubt what she's capable of. I know that's the way she looks at it. Like we don't think that she can do it. It definitely feels like any decision you make, she's going to get hurt. On the opposite spectrum, kids that face mental and emotional situations like this also get to a place mentally that it affects them through depression. And we want her to have friends. We want her to have a social life. Maybe she really thinks she's capable of it. I don't know. I don't know how it feels to be hurt, like to be trapped. I really don't. And then to be like, trying to be her parent and like teach her this it's hard.
Found a current running deep, trusted waters that could take us to places yet unknown. Faith that led us through the storm, learned to trust what lay before, knew that we were made for something more. I want it all, that's all I need. I want it all.
Being parents to teenagers, I don't know what I'm doing.
I know. This season on Teen Mom, the next chapter.
How are you feeling about Bentley taking his driving test today?
I'm Brooks.
Aaliyah has a boyfriend. All it takes is an unplanned pregnancy.
You heard from Brandon Teresa at all?
I'm blocked.
Hey! What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Teresa said she needs to have a very sincere apology. I deserve an apology.
I'm not really good at like the fake. Either I with you or I don't.
She just inserted 2 embryos. I didn't tell my family that part.
You see a line.
You see the line, don't you?
Just pray for me. This is about to be one of those painful moments in my entire life.
That's from your mom.
I'm done with kids. I'm looking into getting my tubes tied.
You regret it?
Come on, just sit
I'm
down.
This is bull setup, man.
You sound crazy.
Good.
I'm looking into getting my tubes tied.
You regret it?
Come on, just sit down now.
This is bull setup, man.
You sound crazy.
Good.
Previously on Teen Mom, the next chapter.
Can you tell me in your own words why you think an adoption plan might be the right choice for you?
We're too young.
Want to see Harley this year?
Why?
Well, her parents said this year.
Their parents said no.
As a birth parent, it still sucks having to be in the mercy of somebody else's control when all you want to do is just see your kids together.
Teresa just will not respond to me whatsoever.
Well, I think it's because of OCD. Kathy, will you marry me?
The only thing that we require for getting pregnant with type 1 diabetes is having that A1C number at 6.5. The risks for IVF hormones cause high blood sugars. Anything could happen to me. Anything could happen to the baby. I have 4 frozen embryos. Right now, they're being stored so we can work on my A1C.
You know, I want us to be one big happy family.
I love you.
Love you.
Holy crap.
Will you marry me?
I actually really will marry you.
Amber's new fiance is missing.
You broke me because we were actually in love. How many people have I lost in my life? I love you. 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 I love you When's the last time Leah's seen Amber? It's been a while. Where was she for the past 7 months? I mean, she was working on that relationship with him, but Leah's been here the whole entire time.
Do you want to see more, right?
No.
Number one.
We do somebody to add this so bad. My daughter just got home. Her estranged husband was sitting in her house. Today is Bar's agreement. If he doesn't take a deal, then we go to trial. And I have to testify. Bar ended up pleading not guilty to all the charges. So I think that's a big bucket of I declare war. If Ashley Jones was kidnapped, Bar facing 15 years of prison.
Oh, so would you reconsider reaching out?
I mean, I could reach out, and the next thing I know, she's blasting me online.
It feels like I thought I would have gotten pregnant by now.
So we go to Vegas.
To Vegas?
Maybe we'll get lucky.
I'm gonna go in the room and call Ashley.
Hello?
I wanted to see if you had any time to meet up.
Hey, Ashley.
It's Diane.
How are you? Okay, how are you? I'm in Vegas.
To be honest, I have a lot of anxiety and nervousness within reaching out to Ashley. And I was hoping we could have a conversation.
To be honest, I really don't have anything to say to you. But yeah, I think this is a door that I would just like to remain closed.
But she has gone through something that I do not want to go through. I don't want my daughter to go through it. I don't want my sister to go through it. I can reach out because I'm human. I'm a mom. I'm a woman. I don't need another reason other than that.
I know we haven't spoken in a long time, but I've been looking at everything that's happening online with you, and I like checking on you and checking on Holly. Thank you. It's really big of you to call me, especially when I'm going through all of this.
I'm free today. If you're free, I want to see if you had any time to meet up.
I am. I know a cute place. I'll send you the info.
Okay, just text it to me and then I will meet you there.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, bye. Hey, babe, I'm leaving you for Ashley.
You can see that I rolled up 2 pieces of paper and metal.
That looks pretty cool already.
So I'm making a cat and a dragon at the same time.
I think we need to move all your art stuff in your room.
That way you can concentrate. I wanted to wait until she was gone.
You heard from Brandon and Teresa at all?
She finally wrote me. She was like, the way that you speak about us online was very hurtful, so we're not going to be responding.
It was about I feel this way about it. We always express how we feel about not getting visits. I'm going to share my story.
Yeah, from my side,
That's
my
all I'm
feeling.
doing. If you're not going to talk to us no more, respect it. But I'm still going to be keeping my promise that we made a card to send updates and send
And everything.
pictures, and that's what we said.
Personally, I want to give send her birthday presents. Because I will do that every year. I'd be like, gotta go shopping. Want to see what we got her? I do. I can't wait to see what you got her. Pink stuff in it. So every once in a while, I would send something to the house. Like one time it was cookies. One time I sent her some flowers. So I had this blanket made with all the pictures from the visit. Teresa texted up and she said, we do not want them to send anything else to our house. It is so out of control and inappropriate.
So now no more gifts.
Once every other week or so, I've been sending updates about what we're doing, pictures with the kids, just random things. So that way Carly could see I was continuously sending updates and stuff. And then there was no response to that.
But see, okay, what I don't understand though is that some of these are not delivered.
Well, if they don't say delivered, that means I'm blocked.
What? Yeah, she had you blocked. Alright, we should sit down, Dawn. We'll talk about all this.
Oh, I could ask her. She can get together, yeah.
She will. The fact that you're blocking without any explanation, I don't want to even call it blocking. You're closing the adoption. You are closing the open adoption with no explanation of why.
Leah got her first job. Gets the pumpkin patch. I'm like, Leah, you know you don't have to work. I mean, she's very responsible. Still a straight A student. She's doing her schoolwork. So crazy to even think in a few short months she'll be 16 and driving herself to school.
I'm studying my pamphlet.
Do they have practice tests?
Yeah, I could be driving next week. Hey, I'm going to drive. Where's that at?
Straighten out. Can't be doing anything.
I'm a little too fast.
I'm actually looking at some cars online. It's a 2023 and under warranty.
But yeah, I definitely am on board with her getting a car and practicing, getting comfortable with it. That way, when she does get out on the roads by herself, it's not all new to her.
Cars
Yeah,
that she can control. Yeah.
for sure. Do we have Amber a part of that?
No. I've messaged Amber a few times. No reply.
Once she got with somebody, it's like she no longer started communicating, and so we just all assumed, okay, yeah, there's a new guy.
That could be part of the reason why she's been so distant, I guess. A person with bipolar disorder, I know they get two up and downs, right? And when she's up, she's feeling good. Like, she might think everything's perfect and want things to be a certain way. Like, oh, I really am sorry, but now I want to instantly forgive me for years and years and years of abandonment. It don't work that way. I want Leah to have a relation with her mother for the sake of her, but at this point, it's really like not even. I feel like it's worth it,
Got a call from Everett recommending that we bring a pregnancy test. Let me just get this done.
Maybe I'll offer her to see it. I mean, tell her she said yes, but if she wants me to come in, she'll chat with her.
Yeah, text her and ask her.
She said yes.
Okay.
Hey, Amber. Hey, how's it going?
Freaking out.
Why?
Can we just do this tomorrow before I really cry and feel a bunch of sickness for her?
Wait. What did you think of her?
I mean, it's possible. It was an ex.
Oh, man.
It was a complete, aftershock breakup.
Right.
I'm just, freaked out right now. I'm scared. Just pray for me that I wasn't too much of a jackass.
Pray. Oh, look at you packing.
I'm packing. Last minute.
What nourishes you more? Is it the strength you build or the strength you share?
I would help you, but because you hate how I pack,
I
am just gonna lay here
Yeah.
and look at your beautiful face and your beautiful hands.
My beautiful hand that finally has a ring on it. So the kids are really, really excited to go be in Oklahoma. We're going to be there for 4 days.
I'm sad I can't come down.
I know.
But my soccer tournament goes until tomorrow.
This lake house of ours, we grew up going to every year, multiple times a year. And this is our family thing. But it was my mom's favorite place.
Your dad is probably super excited to go there.
So excited. He's going to put us there after work. Are you sure you can't come and cancel all your stuff?
If I could, I would. 100%. But I can't. You just gotta be on top of your sugar because every time you travel, it gets rough.
I'm gonna promise you that I'm gonna do everything I can to stay on top of my blood sugars and not be stressed. I shouldn't be stressed. This is gonna be relaxing. Here we go. Shannon, supposed to be such a magical weekend has taken a turn. My dad was going to drive himself and meet us off work. He was getting ready, and somehow he had his hunting stuff in his bedroom. He threw something across the room, and it happened to be his thing with arrows in it. And some way, somehow, an arrow ricocheted back and went through his arm. He screamed for my sister, and if no one was there, he would not be alive right now.
Oh,
He
come
went
on,
to the
girl.
hospital.
It was
and we're
an
still
arrow
trying
to the
figure out how
arm.
bad is this. They sent pictures, and his house looked like a murder scene had happened. There was blood everywhere.
Oh, never mind.
And they said he
Hidden artery.
was so white and
Hidden
had
artery.
lost so much blood. So my
artery
kids are staying here with my sister Whitney, and I'm heading to the hospital.
That was
I
major.
really don't want to lose both parents, and we really hold on tight to him. That's all of my mom that's left.
What was he doing too? Wouldn't you just immediately squeeze him to suppress the blood, dude? I would think even if he didn't know first aid, it would just be instinctual. Grab and squeeze.
Hey, what's going on?
Tourniquet that shit.
Hey, gonna give yourself a snack? Are you okay? Balance, my bad, what's up? So I got a call earlier that Cheyenne's in town, and she wants to meet up for like a drink or a French fry. How you feel about that? Well, she's here and she wants to have, a drink or two. I'm fine with that. I don't even see why you and her even had a problem at all. It shouldn't be, no. It wasn't about her talking behind my back. It was the kind of conversation she engaged in. Okay. And it was very demeaning, and it was very full of microaggressions. Yes, it was. Absolutely. On a very public platform.
There's certain things you don't do, and I was taught that tweeting is one that you don't do. It's another level of disgustingness and disrespect. I'm not gonna invite somebody just because they're black. Like, just because we're black doesn't mean we have to be besties.
I don't know if one day you're gonna flip and then you're spitting on me. I would not though say, because when Cheyenne flipped the table on Farrah, I didn't go nowhere calling her aggressive. I didn't do that. Yeah.
Let's talk the bitch!
I'm just in a place where unnecessary drama is unnecessary.
Go with an open heart. Yeah. And if it ain't what you want it to be or what you feeling on any level, and if it's good vibes, then embrace it. But just know when to fold them and walk away if it isn't.
We'll see where all avenues lead.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to working towards a better relationship with Shadi, but we would both just have to really put in the work. You have to be equally accountable for the both roles you play, and if people can't do that, then I'm really not interested in talking to them. Really not interested in talking to them. Hello. Welcome to Nevada.
I just want to put the shit aside. I'm gonna stop you saying it's just disgusting. I don't fuck with you right now.
It's currently present everybody.
The way you handled the whole argument, you have a problem with accountability. You don't know what I was gonna say.
He's done.
Moving your body like don't do to it. Okay. Thank you.
She's really gonna love it.
I'm actually parking the car to hide it behind the shed. Hopefully she won't see it. What we could do is surprise her with it. Either just like walk back here and like, I don't know, and she's see the chill in here.
Could have Emily sitting in it and start honking the horn as she comes around the corner.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. It's gonna really hit when she pulls out the first time from this driveway by herself. She is very well deserving of this. Like everything that she's been through, the ups and downs with her mom, and I think that this gift from you and I to show her that we love her, we're here for her, and
fine. You
It
can
kind
drive
of
too.
makes me sad though, because she's growing up. You know, I've done all of her driving since preschool. Gosh, my mama heart.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hello, welcome to Nevada. I know me reaching out was probably so random.
It was. Can we be genuine or not?
Yeah.
Thank you. This is what I need.
Whatever we have going on in the past is like this big compared to like what's happening in your life.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. The kids are good.
Good.
Zach, he works. He took over my dad's office.
Oh, nice.
It's been working a lot, and we want to have another baby.
That's exciting.
How are you?
It's been a lot, and I know you know. I know you've been through like.
I feel like that's why I reached out. It would kind of be like I would be pretending to be blind if I pretended like I didn't know what was going on with you. And me reaching out, I don't necessarily want anything or need anything. I don't want to add to any more negativity or ill intent. Like that's not my intention.
I fought so many battles behind closed doors, and I just don't want to fight anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason why I'm sitting here, because it's just like,
what's the
what is Arian what you're gonna do for me?
Yeah.
Like I'm over it. It's been a long time. Like what's next?
Now, what the charges that he's facing, is that you pressing charges or is that the state?
State.
So
They never even asked me.
it's out of your hands.
It's out of my hands. He's been in jail for domestic violence 8 times.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Like it's not like 3 times and then it's like you get a strike or something.
I've never went to court. I've never pressed charges. I've never wrote a statement. So it's kind of on me that he's walked away so many times.
Why did you choose not to?
I don't know. All right. I don't want to be responsible. And even though I'm not responsible, it's hard to get out of that mindset.
I've never experienced abusive relationship, whether it's mental or physical, so I couldn't imagine going through that. But I just hate that that's what you have been experiencing.
I think when you're in it, you don't even realize it. I think it's so normal that the toxicity and the language and the anger is so normal that it's just not something you clock. It was bad. And I'm super glad that, like, we're out of distance.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you're out of it and that you're able to, like, step away and realize, like, what you're worth at the end of the day and what Holly's worth and what Holly deserves and what you deserve.
Yeah.
Who's out here with you, like, family-wise? Like, who's...
My mom, my dad, yeah. I have some close people.
So you do have support?
Yeah. I couldn't do it without them. I'm on leave.
Okay.
I can't keep my head on straight, and I appreciate you for reaching out. And it makes me think back to when you went through what you went through when I made the comment that I made.
I have a lot of like physical and like health problems just because the airbags. This boob is like dented at the bottom, but this one, the muscle collapsed and it hurts so bad.
I see it.
I said that she got that body plucked and stuck and used that accident as a cover up.
I need to apologize for that because now I'm in your situation and it doesn't feel good to have to relive it and to have to people comment on it and just whatever you felt, like I feel like I can relate to that. And it's just like, you.
Well,
like, you know.
Yeah,
honestly.
no, I appreciate the apology. I don't need to go tit for tat. I think we've both said and done things that neither of us liked.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I admit that, and I'm sorry if, I've hurt your feelings or felt like, in any way. Like, I just think that that's the past. I personally don't need to go down the list of everything.
I don't think we get out of here in time.
We are allowed to make mistakes, and I think that we're also allowed to grow from them.
Yeah.
Do you think in the past some of your like anger stemmed from like what you were going through behind closed doors? So then you brought that.
And recently I just looked back like, who the is that? Like, I'm not that dark. I'm not that mean. Like, and it's crazy to say because people have only seen one side.
That has been shown.
Right.
They also see you as like a great mom.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but I would also give yourself more grace in what you're allowing.
Yeah.
So I'm happy we talked.
Likewise.
long overdue, but at the same time, the timing was better than it needed to be.
Yeah.
And I'm not far. I'm around. Yeah. You know, if you ever need anything, or if you ever need someone to show up, just to be there. I'm around.
Thanks.
I'm interested to see who you are now.
Girl, me too. We both find it out at the same time.
No one will be.
Hey, I'm here in a hotel where the hospital is. So kids are with my sisters at the lake house. No, the kids have not seen my dad. I wanted to just come and be alone with him and make sure he's okay. Obviously, an arrow through your arm is bad. There's a lot of nerve damage, but he was able to kind of like wiggle his thumb, and the fingers aren't moving yet. So we're hoping a miracle will happen, but I'm just happy he's alive. If he loses a hand, it is what it is. My sister was home, and she saved his life because she put a belt around him to stop the blood, and the ambulance said he would have been dead in 3 minutes.
Oh, man. I just feel so bad that I wasn't there.
I am trying to get my A1C down, and blood sugars are not good, and it's just been, ugh.
I'm stressing. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll take all your stress away.
Above the water, under the moon, and one day we stop chasing after what we once knew. Thinking about you, thinking about me, thinking about everything we need. Better ourselves, planting our seeds. We can grow taller than the trees. I know you see. But you still see.
It's propped up on a dead finger.
I can never.
The ear hurts. Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
When they think you're gonna come home, like,
Here tomorrow. The next day.
we can leave and let you off, but he's scared your butt's gonna show when that knuckles can't move.
I'm sure it will. Have you taken a shot yet?
Oh, shoot.
I'm your reminder.
I've been worried about my dad's blood sugar all day. Forgot to worry about mine. I'm just glad I'm here.
So the best case scenario is him getting out tomorrow.
The kids will not go home without seeing him.
Yeah, we can't let that happen.
Well, I'm so glad you're here.
It has been too long.
Nice to meet you. So great to be with you guys.
I know, when's the last time we got together? It's been a while.
How have you been? Good. Yeah. You guys know I love what I do.
I commend you for even still doing this. And I really firmly believe that we would not have had this many visits without your mediation.
Thank you. It means a lot to me.
Here's your food.
These are my favorite.
Right.
Oh, that's my favorite too.
Perfect.
But kind of back to you guys, and the last few months have been
Rough.
rough. You know, and they've been really tough.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to talk sort of. How does the birth parent navigate going from open to closed? How do we like?
It does feel very closed. This has brought up so much PTSD. I feel like I'm going through it all over again.
Yeah.
Pretty
On the
much.
street corner, all over again.
Here's that cute outfit.
Hi, baby girl.
Now that contact has been cut off and I'm blocked, that does feel like to me that you're putting a fine line in the sand of like, no more.
What's the difference between semi-open and open?
Simply face-to-face contact.
Okay, so we can admit that it's been open for 14 years.
Yes.
And now it's closed because now there's no contact, no sending anything, blocked.
Yeah.
Blocking is something children do, in my opinion.
Or could it be that if their opinion is different than yours and they've asked for space and they've asked for things to chill and it hasn't happened, then
is it the only alternative that they can see? And you guys, again, you have to own the fact that you have a lot of power. You have a ton of power. I have no power. But when you put it out on the public platform, on social media, I've read the comments, you guys too, you know that people just make up their own narrative. A lot of hurt happens when we live our lives out on social media.
If it's coming out in Carly that's not wanting it, me and Ty have discussed it. We've said like 100%. We would step back. We would stop everything, and we would say, "We're here whenever you want it."
Is it fair to put that kind of pressure on a young teenager?
No, I'm putting it on her mother.
Her mother to advocate for her
Yes.
protection.
Is it causing her harm or not? Because if it's coming out of Brandon and Teresa about fear and stuff, whether it be insecurity or she's getting older and they're not wanting contact, I will not stop reaching out. I will not stop sending her kids. I will not do it, Dawn. I will not.
They all see me like a road trip. This life is a combination of destination and all that's in between. So let's drive and see what we see.
Beautiful destination. Let's go live in fresh air.
It's cold up here.
Yeah, it's sweater weather.
What is that?
Cool.
What? It's not yours.
There's a bow on it.
Yeah, check it out.
Hi, guys. Hi. Mom, why'd you with me?
You can't go nowhere without me.
Prepare. I didn't know they were going shopping.
For the longest time, Leah called me Christina. And I would say the last couple years, it's been Mom. There was always room for Amber. And, you know, being a mom isn't just taking them to school, doing homework, taking them to appointments. It's being there each and every day through all the troubles and the happy times, everything. Oh, not so fast, killer. Straighten it up. It opens in the dark. I would hold you there for.
The last time I was out here, I brought you a pregnancy test. Did you take it?
No. I'm sorry. There's been, many times in my life where I've had to lie in order to get out of doing things because I'm not able to get ready, get dressed, move around, do anything. You just lie to say like, oh, I'm busy, or I have this sickness, or I have, you want to make up something to where they're like, okay, yeah, no, we're not going to do anything. Well, yeah, you don't have to go out. Yeah, you don't have to film.
But you're not pregnant.
When you start lying in order to be alone, that's me in like the darkest,
How long has it been since the night that Gary's disappeared, and are you still heartbroken?
Oh, I'm more than heartbroken. I'm up from what he did to me. Like, we're talking trauma. Being told you're a murderer and thinking that your fiance's dead. I did not sleep for 4 days. I did not eat. That's just the truth. When I think about Leah and James, I don't know what's going to happen. I fought for my son for 4 years, and I still might have lost him, but I didn't lose him because I kept fighting after he moved to California and kept fighting for my relationship with him. And today, I have one. When my son looks at me with his beautiful eyes and says, "Mommy, I love you," like, that's magic. And then with Leah, when, she used to be like that too, there's nobody else in the world that gives you that feeling. With my daughter, she doesn't want to be around me. I'm understanding right now that I don't have a choice.
What's moving forward for you?
Trying to figure out
how I'm gonna wait for my daughter and not be a horrifically depressed person. I've never been a mom that didn't care. Just a mom.
I thank you for coming. You're gorgeous as always, and I'm so happy we got to work it out. And if you ever come back and you want to go see some male strippers in thongs without Zach, okay, just tell Zach to stay home, and I'll meet you at the airport. Bye. Bye, babe. Safe travels.
Hi. How was it?
It was good. Like, it's sad to hear about everything that was happening with her. And then we both talked. Like, even today, like, we didn't know how this was gonna work as far as like what energy I was coming with, what energy she was coming with.
It was no malicious intent behind either one of y'all's will to meet up.
Yeah. I think that's why it worked this time. Overall, it was the right decision to reach out. You never know what someone is going through behind closed doors, and I'm not here to judge her. I hope that we are able to move forward. I hope that she continues to heal for herself and for Holly, and that the best version of herself comes out. And then
I wanna go for a ride. I wanna have a good time. I wanna see what comes next. Maybe I'm a little upset.
alright, babe, time to focus on us and why we came here. Let's just have a fun night. Go get another drink. We'll go back to the room. Go.
No, right.
No. Get down. Oh my god. No.
This is the best.
See, Dad, we have to end the plane. I'm so glad you're Mom! In a heartbeat.
Hey, can you pop in that shit, Diane? I love you.
So we're back here in Florida, and it's been about a week. We settled in, and as soon as we get that 6.5 A1C, we're going to start a cycle for embryo transfer. I really wanted this Oklahoma trip to just be like relaxing at the lake with family and kind of like reset. It was just a crazy trip. Just like, okay, what now? I was at 6.8 before the trip. So what does it say now?
You're at 7.0.
And this just puts me in a bad mood when I see like we get close, it's like 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. And like,
I mean, you still don't you can't be mad because you just recovered from what your dad went through.
after losing my mom and now almost losing my dad, I go to bed with a lot of anxiety about, well, I have this baby and this happy family. It just feels like I'm never going to get pregnant. It's on you.
I will not stop reaching out. I will not stop sending her kids. I will not do it, Dawn. I will not.
You and I invested a lot in the relationship that Carly's going to remember. She can see the efforts, but also she's in a really difficult position in the middle of the tug of war.
Yeah. So how do we lessen the
impact, the negative impact?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to take a step back.
So what? So you just stay silent and don't try to reach out until, who knows? It could be forever, or it could be.
I think it's another level of loss, Kate. It is.
That's not fair.
Is loss ever fair? It isn't. It's not fair. You're right.
Yeah, but I chose and wanted to know information so I wouldn't have what ifs, and here I am. When it comes to something that I gave them, that is overly hurtful.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I don't think they understand. or what it does. I'm like, have you guys ever put yourself in my shoes of what it's like? You've never had to give a child to somebody and live with that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just not fair.
Yeah. And I want you to know that I hear that and I acknowledge your pain. And I wish so bad that I could take it away. You have to figure out how can you be the healthiest person in the midst of a broken relationship.
What's an appropriate, time frame to send something?
I think the one thing that we haven't tried, right, is just a pause. Not forever, just for a time. Just allow yourself to take a pause. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know what 3 months from now is going to be. All right, so we're just going to take a pause.
For me, I'm taking a pause until initiation happens, not for me.
Okay. And so I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's not really any conclusion to this story.
There isn't, because the story's not over.
When your heart's an empty room and there's no way to fill it, is the darkness calling you? When you've got tunnel vision in the corners of your mind is where the fear is living. There's something unforgiven. I found my horizon, I found my peace. I feel the sunrise. Changes, and now it's me.
Có khi làm sẵn cả bài cho nữa.
Hansen,
Một đứa
how is that from here, Diana?
có khi làm sẵn cả bài
Receive
cho
and
nữa.
Hansen,
Một đứa
how is that from here, Diana?
có khi làm
Nip
sẵn
gang,
cả bài
receive and
cho nữa.
Hansen,
Một đứa
how is that from here, Diana?
Hey guys, sorry. I had to throw the last couple of things in my truck, so yeah.
It required a big moving truck.
You know what? I was thinking about this last night because I can't sleep. I'm so stressed out about this move. Should we put a ratchet strap holding that desk in place? Do you think it's okay?
Okay. I'm scared to drive it. So Christine said she and David would come down and help me.
I will still have Garrison, Gabriel, and Savannah in Flag. Can I live without these big mountains that I'm used to? Because this is going to be a totally different experience. You ready to leave Flag stuff? Yeah. I love it. I love it. But I'm ready. Also, I guess because this is now an option, I'm like, oh, it's time.
Yeah. I love Flagstaff. I love everything about it. It feels like a small town. The mountains are right there. There's tons of hiking and camping and fishing and all of it. But it's time. It's time to do something different.
I'm sad to be leaving, and I'm really excited to be going, and I'm a little bit intimidated by this project that we're biting off. Like, really a lot intimidated.
Maddie, Caleb, and I have bought over 150 acres in North Carolina, and I'm just excited because we're going to build some homes. We're going to have a flower farm and just start a whole new chapter of my life there.
All right, guys.
Ready to roll out?
Ready to roll out. Hit the road. All right, guys. Bye. Love you.
Bye. So I'm not sleeping so great because it's like I wake up at 3 a.m. and my head is just spinning because this is a huge step. I have spent all my summers with my grandparents in Florida. Like, I understand the Southeast. I love it. But I've never lived there. It's big. It's really big.
I will tell you that when I came in one of those times the first time here, it closes super fast.
Yeah. As we're leaving the storage facility, the gate there is really timed. David is pulling the big truck through the gate, and he stops, kind of straddling where the gate is.
Okay. No, he can't stop. He can't stop. He can't stop. He can't stop. Go. Go, go, go. Go ahead. Go. Think he really can't stop?
No.
They close so fast.
We made the reference several times about Val and Louise. Jill, we haven't killed anybody or anything like that. We're not robbing anything like that. Maybe. Yeah.
who knows? I don't know. But it does feel like we're going on an adventure and going on with our lives and, you know, girl power, woman power.
America's a hustle.
This city is meant to be yours, sweetheart. What are you gonna do to get it?
I don't know how to explain this. It was never intended for me to know that Janelle was moving. One of my children, under admission, slipped up and told me, and then said, please don't repeat that or pretend you never heard it.
I didn't tell Cody. I didn't see any reason to tell him. Our lives are not overlapping in any way. I just didn't really feel like it was any of his business what I was doing.
I kind of look at Mary still as a friend. I'm sure both of us will mutually get back to that place and hope that Mary and I will just be friends. I hear about Christine falling in love and getting married and stuff like this, and I'm like, well, good on Christine. Janelle was a different story. I always thought, I just felt like Janelle and I could have worked it out. Hey, what you doing? I'm trying to turn you on.
My bipolar edition.
Yeah, I know what it does to you. Is that all right?
Sure. Being one of the quickest ways to a woman's heart is to clean the house.
I'm always looking for attention. I'm notorious for coming out of a shower, with a towel around my waist and flexing and going, hey, what do you think? You know, it's way over the top, and I'm just trying to flirt with her.
Hey, this is perfect. You're both here. Can you guys have a minute to chat?
What's going on with you?
What's going on with you? Okay, bring it.
Oh, you actually want to talk to us?
Yeah, like that. So we got a phone like that.
She's so excited. All right, leaning into the counter.
Leaning in. Wow, that's so
What do you got to tell us?
So, I wanted to talk to you sort of like about everything that's been going on with me. Like I've been going to the church, this local church that I've been going to, and getting stuff like, and I wanted to talk to you about the church.
Boy, committing your life to God.
It's like with
it doesn't mean to you that.
This is my declaration to say that I love
It
God.
was brand new from last night,
Have faith in Him.
but I'm pretty sure this is the same one I watched last week.
Pray for that for you, everyone and your kids. Thank you.
I've been seeing my whole life to my children find your path to God. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm very proud. Through my life, I found myself sometimes feeling just lifted, wind beneath my wings type of experience with God, and then other times I'm asking Him, where He is. I always feel a sense of something when you go, hey God, why am I here alone? Where are you in this mess? This was anger over the breakup of the family. I feel much more like humbled to that point where I am having those moments again. Those divine moments where I'm aware that God's giving me that wind beneath my wings, so to speak.
So when are you thinking about this? I mean, like, is there a time, or are you? I can schedule it if I want to. I want to get baptized soon. With that, I'd like to ask you, would you baptize me like my pastor? So we offered in on they were doing a retirement party for Matt, and it was just over there in North Carolina. My husband, since I'm gonna be a man. You now have him. Yeah, gonna be farmers.
Yes, we got some special land out here.
Sorry, you are not like the head of my family. I feel like Cody and Rob.
You know what? I was thinking about this last night because I can't sleep. I'm so stressed out about this move. Should we put a ratchet strap holding that desk in place? Do you think it's okay? Okay. I'm scared to drive it. So Christine said she.
(1:57 a.m.) 1:57 a.m.
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle. Trapped in a This episode is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Business
We'll
owners,
talk to you about something that you should always put first.
Some waves so we can go surfing. You can review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Podchaser. Reviews are one of the best ways to get our shows into the ears of new listeners, and we appreciate it a lot. And just earlier today, we had a delightful review coming in from Mama Hippie on Apple Podcasts. She said, "I love this podcast. I love Nicole. Keep it." She said, "I love this podcast. I love Nicole. Keep it." She said,
This podcast is another one that I am sampling. This one I knew I would like, though. It's called Insidious Inspirations. And it describes itself as being like the history behind monsters and urban legends and whatnot that Hollywood utilizes to make films. The true story.
To save the curiosity of
This episode's on changelings, which scare the shit out of me. Not as bad as a moose,
in the stolen
but pretty
child's
fucking
place, they would
close.
leave a fairy child that the parents would raise with no idea that the little one they conceived.
And again, if you don't think a moose is scary, you've
Lost
never
and
been up
never
close
known.
to a fucking
These
moose.
supernatural replacements are known as changelings, fairies hiding in plain sight in human homes. The 2008 Clint Eastwood film Changeling, starring Angelina Jolie, derives its title from this legend, but there are no fairies to be found in its story. It is a mystery crime drama that tells the tale of a woman reunited with her missing son. But, much to her horror, all is not as it seems, and the boy may not be who he says he is. One that rocked a woman's life and turned 1928 Los Angeles upside down. This is the story of the Wineville chicken murders, a missing boy named Walter Collins, and a grieving mother who couldn't tell who to trust. I'm Nicole Goodnight, and this is Insidious Inspirations. On an ordinary, sunny spring day in the Mount Washington, Los Angeles area, a telephone operator named Christine Collins gave her 9-year-old son, Walter, a dime to go see a movie at the theater near their home. He had walked around the town on his own before, the walk wasn't far, and he'd be back before Christine even had time to miss him. But the movie theater closed for the evening, the day turned into night, and Walter still wasn't home. Christine began to fear the absolute worst. Unfortunately, her instinct that something terrible had happened proved to be correct, and Walter could not be found anywhere. She called the police, who combed the Los Angeles area and even dragged the Lincoln Park Lake searching for any sign of the boy, but there was nothing. No evidence, no body, only a mother's worst fears confirmed. The disappearance of Walter Collins occurred only months after an awful kidnapping rocked the city of Los Angeles. 3 months before Walter Collins vanished, 12-year-old Marion Parker was kidnapped and held for ransom by William, the Fox, Hickman, a vicious killer who dismembered Marion and disposed of her body just before being caught by authorities. The Los Angeles Police Department had recently been under investigation for a series of corruption scandals, and the police chief, James Davis, was eager to bring Walter Collins home safe and sound and find a way to repair the department's reputation. Meanwhile, Christine Collins was desperate for answers. She was worried that her son's disappearance could be related to his father, who was doing time in Folsom State Prison for robbery. In prison, he was tasked with working at the cafeteria and reporting other inmates' infractions to the warden. This position naturally drew the ire of his fellow prisoners, and he had plenty of enemies who might want to target his family on the outside. While Christine wondered if her son was being punished for the actions of his father, the police were opening themselves up to all potential avenues of investigation. As word of Walter's disappearance spread, tips from concerned citizens began pouring in, claiming to have spotted Walter. A gas station attendant in Glendale contacted the LAPD to say that he had seen a dead boy wrapped in a newspaper in the back of a foreign couple's car. Another man followed the couple when they left the gas station, following them to a local police station before they sped out of town and lost him. Other tips reported seeing Walter with a traveling couple, but none of the reports led anywhere. Finally, in August, 5 months after Walter first disappeared, Illinois police picked up a boy who appeared to be lost. He told them his name was Arthur Kent and that his father had abandoned him. They placed the boy with a temporary family for a short time before he told them he had lied about his identity. His real name, the boy said, was Walter Collins, and he was from Los Angeles. He had misled them in order to protect his father. The Illinois police contacted the LAPD, who quickly alerted Christine Collins about what they had found. Overjoyed at the safe return of her son, Christine paid $70 in expenses to bring Walter back home to Los Angeles. As soon as she laid eyes on him, though, she knew that something was terribly wrong. She confided in LAPD Captain J.J. Jones about her concerns and said, "I do not think that is my son." Jones brushed off her concerns, assuring her that Walter looked a bit different due to the 5 months of stress and abuse he would have endured at the hands of his kidnapper. He suggested that Christine ignore her suspicions, take the boy home, and try him out for a few weeks. She doubted the officer's intentions, knowing that the police department was eager to wrap up Walter's case with a neat little bow and get back to pretending they weren't the corrupt, incompetent institution that the public believed them to be. But she was exhausted from the search, worn down from 5 months of uncertainty and terror for her son, and she just wanted the whole ordeal to be over. So she swallowed her questions and took the boy home with her. Over the next 3 weeks, however, her concerns only grew. She tried to go about her daily life with the missing piece of her family back in place, but something didn't quite fit. This boy didn't move like her Walter, didn't speak like him, didn't look like him. How could she, as his mother, feel so distant from him? What was wrong? Christine reached out to her support system, seeking out the opinions of others who had known her son. Family friends, neighbors, teachers. Several of them agreed. This boy was a perfectly fine young man, but he was not Walter Collins. Her suspicions were confirmed altogether when she got her hands on Walter's dental records, which did not match the boy the police had sent home with her. Armed with this evidence, she returned to the LAPD to speak to Captain Jones. In spite of the dental records and the friends backing up Christine's story, Captain Jones did not want to hear it. He berated Christine, saying, "What are you trying to do? Make fools out of us all? Or are you trying to shirk your duty as a mother and have the state provide for your son? You are the most cruel-hearted woman I've ever known. You are a fool." Jones accused Christine Collins of trying to get the state of California to take care of her child for her. He also claimed that she was deliberately trying to embarrass the police department and declared her mentally unfit. Taking advantage of Code 12, which allowed police officers to commit citizens against their will if they appeared to be interfering with the investigative work, Jones had Collins locked up in a psychiatric ward at LA County General Hospital. She was held there against her will, all for the crime of questioning the department's hasty handling of her son's case, and for refusing to accept that the boy they had brought back from Illinois was her child. While Christine Collins was confined to an institution, there was a dark truth straining to come out. She was right. The boy was an imposter. Up next, we find out what happened when the illusion of Walter Collins' return began to unravel. The terror, the confusion, and all of the revelations that finally came out about the missing boy,
It's such a good
the
legal
imposter,
case to hear
and a
about
notorious
given
murderer.
the federal
But
felons
first,
that are
a word
listening,
from our
other than
sponsor.
myself. who's
If
listening.
you're interested in listening to the show ad-free and getting access to bonus content, consider becoming
Can you
a patron
imagine
at
that, though?
patreon.com/.
That's worse than some of the criminal acts you guys have done, but not worse than
There
the
she
totality
is,
of your
founder
criminal
and
acts.
CEO. High five!
Dave
man.
can't stop celebrating
5
with
months
every
to get
business
it
owner in
kidnapped and
town.
then some
All
other
5
thing
years
happens
for
to
ready
you.
for a limited
You
time.
know it's not your
Qualifying
kid,
internet bundle
and
card.
then you get the dental records
NEO,
that
and
they're
Shopify for retail.
and then
From
the
accepting
officer
payments to managing inventory.
makes
He
you
left
a
his new home
millionaire.
and hitchhiked across the country. A person doesn't. His name was Arthur Hutchins, and he was a runaway from Iowa. Following the death of his mother, he had gone to live with his father and stepmother, who were cold to him on their best days and outright cruel on their worst. He said of staying with them, "A person doesn't realize what a hell this world can be at the hands of a stepmother that doesn't love or want you." Unable to take living there any longer, and wanting to avoid attention from the local police following an arrest for stealing, he left his new home and hitchhiked across the country. He spent his time on the road working odd jobs wherever he could to scrounge up enough money to survive. This difficult lifestyle gave him the malnourished, exhausted look that the police initially attributed to neglect at the hands of his kidnapper. While stopped at a cafe in Illinois, a stranger remarked to Arthur that he looked quite a bit like a kidnapped boy from Los Angeles that he had seen a picture of in the newspaper. Desperate for an opportunity to get out to California and see Hollywood, as well as the chance at a comfortable home, he assumed the identity of Walter Collins and turned himself in to the police. 10 days after Arthur confessed to the lie, Christine Collins was released from the psychiatric ward. She immediately filed a false imprisonment suit against Jones and was awarded $10,800 for her trouble, but Jones never paid. He was suspended by the LAPD, but only for a few months before he was permanently reinstated. Meanwhile, Arthur went back to live with his father and his stepmother and attended the Iowa State Training School for Boys as part of his rehabilitation. He admitted that he owed Christine and the state of California an apology, but for the most part, he left his brief stint as a missing boy behind him. Arthur Hutchins went back to life as usual, whatever that was for him. But with Arthur's secret out, the mystery of Walter Collins remained unsolved. With pressure on the LAPD mounting, the increasingly desperate Jones drew a parallel between the Collins disappearance and another recent case that had horrified the people of Southern California. Around the same time that Walter went missing, Nelson and Louis Winslow, 10 and 12 years old, disappeared on their way home on May 16, 1928. Their parents received letters in the mail supposedly from their sons saying that they were heading to Mexico and that they had left their home to become famous. A few months before, a headless boy's body was found in La Puente. Then, in September 1928, all of the disparate pieces came together in a stark picture. A Canadian woman named Winifred Clark reached out to authorities in the United States to tell them that her nephew had kidnapped her son and was holding him at his ranch in California. The boy, Sanford Wesley Clark, had left home 2 years prior to move in with Gordon Stewart Northcott. Sanford's sister Jessie visited the ranch to investigate and found that Northcott was behaving strangely, erupting in violent outbursts and mistreating her brother. On September 15, 1928, Sanford told police that Northcott had kidnapped him and abused him, but that wasn't the end of the horrors he endured on the ranch. Northcott had forced Sanford to watch the murders of boys he kidnapped, including Nelson and Louis Winslow. He would abduct boys, torture them, and then kill them with an axe in the incubator room. He would dispose of the bodies by covering them in quicklime. Among the murders that Sanford described was that of Walter Collins. However, when the police investigated the ranch, nothing belonging to Walter was ever found. They recovered pieces of bone, human hair, blood, Boy Scout badges, and a child's whistle, but none of them were Walter's. To muddy the waters further, Northcott denied any involvement in Collins' disappearance. On September 20th, 1928, Gordon Stewart Northcott was arrested in British Columbia, and his mother, Sarah Louise Northcott, was arrested in Alberta for assisting him with his crimes. At first, Northcott confessed verbally to 5 murders, but only admitted to 1 in a written confession, that of a Mexican boy named Alvin Gutierrez. In December, Sarah Northcott confessed to the murder of Walter Collins, saying that she had delivered the killing blow and buried the boy's body in a hole near the chicken coop. She was sentenced to life in prison for the murder, but Walter's body was never found. On February 8, 1929, the all-male jury convicted Northcott for the first-degree murders of the Winslow brothers and an unnamed victim. The judge sentenced him to death. While Northcott sat on death row, Christine Collins refused to give up on finding concrete answers about her son. She received a telegram from death row in October 1930, where Northcott claimed he had lied before when he insisted that Walter was not one of his victims. He would tell her the truth, he said, if she came to visit him in person and listen to it. So Collins became the first woman in more than 3 decades to get permission to visit a serial killer on the night before his execution. When she tried to speak with him, however, he turned her away. "I don't want to see you. I don't know anything about it. I'm innocent," he said. After Northcott's execution, Christine Collins received a small crumb of hope. One of the boys he had been accused of killing was found, alive and unharmed. If he hadn't been among the victims, then perhaps Walter hadn't been either. She never gave up on the fight and continued searching for her lost boy for the remainder of her life. To this day, the exact fate of Walter Collins remains unknown. As bizarre and disconcerting as it is, the story of Walter Collins and the boy who assumed his identity is not the only case of a missing child being replaced by an imposter. There have been several other cases of changelings settling into the place left behind of a lost boy, whether by mistake or by deliberate deception. On August 23, 1912, Leslie and Percy Dunbar took their 2 sons, Alonzo and Bobby, on a fishing trip to Swayze Lane in Louisiana. The family played in the water to beat the heat in the morning, then returned to their cabin for lunch. Somehow, during this transition from playtime to mealtime, 4-year-old Bobby Dunbar disappeared. Terrified, his parents called the police, who, after discovering footprints near the campsite and hearing reports of a strange man sighted in the area, suspected that Bobby had been kidnapped. A nationwide search for the missing boy began, lasting 8 months as the police searched Swayze Lake's murky waters, captured and dissected alligators looking for swallowed body parts, and followed every lead they could find. But even a cash reward offered by Percy Dunbar did little to turn up useful evidence. Then, in April 1913, the police received a tip about a handyman in Mississippi spotted with a boy matching Bobby's description. The handyman, William Cartel Walters, insisted that the boy he was traveling with was Bruce Anderson, the son of Walters' friend Julia, who had left Bruce with him while she left town to look for work. Several locals backed up Walters' story and claimed to have seen Bruce and Walters together several days before Bobby went missing. But the police dismissed these witnesses. They took the boy into custody and put him on the next train to Louisiana and the Dunbar family. Reports of the supposed reunion are inconsistent, with some claiming that the boy recognized Leslie as his mother on sight, while others claimed that the Dunbars were dubious about the boy's identity. However, regardless of any initial impressions, Leslie and Percy took the boy home and, after searching for identifying moles and birthmarks, announced that he was, in fact, their missing son Bobby. There was just one problem. Julia Anderson arrived in town, matching Walter's earlier claims, and asked for her son back. However, when she was unable to definitively identify the boy in a police lineup, the papers dragged her reputation through the mud, and she was forced to leave town alone. The boy that the police had found lived the rest of his life as Bobby Dunbar, for better or worse. Then, in 1999, one of Bobby's granddaughters decided to search for the truth and reopen the long-closed case. In 2004, authorities tested DNA provided by Bobby Dunbar Jr. and discovered that the boy taken from Walters all those years ago was, in fact, not Robert Dunbar. The identity of the man raised as Bobby remains unknown, and the real Bobby Dunbar was never found. On June 13, 1994, the day before he was expected to attend a sentencing hearing for shoplifting, Nicholas Barclay disappeared. He was last seen playing basketball with his friends in the park, but never came home. In October 1997, the police received a call from a worker at a youth shelter in Spain. The caller said that there was a boy living at the shelter who claimed to be Nicholas. The boy said he had escaped a human trafficking ring after years of abuse. Nicholas's sister flew to Spain to meet the boy, and after she confirmed his identity, she and the boy who claimed to be Nicholas flew back home to Texas. There were some notable physical differences between this new person and Nicholas, including different hair and eye colors, as well as a newfound French accent. But the Barclay family didn't seem to notice, or perhaps they were so relieved to have their son back that they didn't care. In late 1997, a local private investigator became suspicious after an interaction with the family. He compared photos of Nicholas with the European newcomer and found that they did not match. In February of 1998, the FBI issued a court order that required the suspected imposer to provide DNA samples and fingerprints. The samples identified the boy not as Nicholas, and in fact not as a boy at all, but as a 23-year-old Frenchman named Frederic Borden. In September of 1998, Borden pleaded guilty to passport fraud and perjury. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison, and meanwhile, Nicholas Barclay has never been found. His case remains unsolved. Walter Collins was not whisked away to another world by fairies. He was lost to a senseless act of violence, an evil that was all too human, and the choices that led to a stranger taking his place in the Collins home were human too, born of human instincts, human flaws, the impulse to harm, to hurt, to kill, the urge to try to tie up a heartbreaking loose end, without stopping to consider the red flags right in front of one's eyes, the desire to settle in a safe home, even under false pretenses, the choice to ignore the instincts of a terrified mother insisting that the boy in front of her was not her son. We don't need vengeful spirits of the forest to explain away the strangest things in the world. We don't need to look to fairy tales. We only need to look at the darkest things we and our fellow human beings are capable of.
This week's episode was written by Addison Peacock. Our host and narrator was Nicole Goodnight. Our editor and musician was Danny Sweet, and I'm your showrunner, Pacific S. Obadiah. Our producers are Tom Owen and Brad Miska, and this is a Bloody FM show. For more information, visit bloody.fm.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Upgrade your business with Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning fewer carts going abandoned and more sales going cha-ching. So if you're into growing your business, get a commerce platform that's ready to sell wherever your customers are. Visit shopify.com to upgrade your selling today.
Build a routine with Ollie that supports your wellness needs, like getting your daily vitamins and minerals with Ollie's multi-gummies, or keeping your mood upbeat with all the vitamin D in Hello Happy. Give your gut health some support with probiotics, and wake up feeling refreshed after taking Ollie Sleep. Do wellness on your terms. Find Ollie at a Walmart or Target near you or at ollie.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Shopify. Have you played High Five Casino yet? High Five Casino lets you play your favorite slot live table games like blackjack. The episode being too big, and that's not good for you, especially since I naturally tend to talk too fast. So I'm trying something new today. We had a lot of good information about today's topic, a lot of stuff I did not want to cut, but if I did it in one sitting, it would easily be around a 3.5-hour episode. So instead of tackling it in one sitting, I've divided it into two. But since in the past there's been, complaints about one topic,